Everybody's ready. Go ahead and lay all the way back. Start making your body comfortable. Breath beginning to flow nicely. Inhales and exhales. So we're going to start off with a little bit of imagery because this image is going to kind of direct how we're playing with our energy today. So imagine that you could see your aura. And oftentimes when I tune into my aura, I imagine it and it kind of feels like it's this energy that shoots out like 12 feet and it's so sporadic. It's kind of like how you can see the sun. If you block out the center and it's got all those rays just kind of shooting out and some of them are circling back around and it's a little bit more chaotic. Sometimes that's how, when I wake up, sometimes that's how I feel. And so the idea today, the word that we're playing with is boundaries. And so this first image that we're playing with to kind of explore those boundaries is pulling our aura a little bit closer. Especially if you're an empathic person, you can feel others' feelings really strongly. Sometimes pulling that aura closer to you, it's more like an inch or two away from you, that can help tremendously. So you're not draining by others just walking into your energetic field and kind of stealing some of your energy. And so imagine pulling that energy closer. Imagine then a couple of breaths to kind of supercharge your energy. So this energy that's closer to us is even more distinct, more clear, more powerful. And just feel yourself kind of comfortable in your own skin around that visualization. Healthy boundaries, that's what we're playing with. Part of what that means is exploring where our edges are. So we'll get to have different poses that help us reach out in various angles, kind of trying to explore where we end, where the not us begins. Other things that we'll do will help to kind of supercharge that aura. So a couple of good core strengthener things, especially at the beginning, to get the heart pumping. And then the other thing is being comfortable in our own skin as we're in little poses that make us smaller, things like child pose, happy baby, things like that. So those 3 ways that we're working on our energy, working on our boundaries. Imagine that's what we're beginning with. So here to get started, let's start to take the knees into the chest, a hand on each knee. Allow yourself to do any intuitive movements that feel good. So this could be just definite rocking left, right, left, right. It could be more like a circular movement. Beautiful. There's a couple of core things that help us to build that strength of the aura. It comes from that solar plexus chakra. So we're going to start off with a few of those things here. With the first one, go ahead and lower your feet to the floor, close to the glutes. Take the hands behind the head. We're doing 10 crunches. You just lift up as much of your back off the ground as possible. So inhale, you're lowered down. Exhale, crunch up as much of the back off the ground as you can, and back down. Exhale, 9, 8. Even just flushing through the breath like this is helpful for the energetic field. 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release the hands from the head, drop head down. Start to extend legs directly up to sky. Hands on the floor. Start to scoot your thumbs under the hips. That helps that low back a little bit. And what you're going to do is this one helps to get the opposite part of the rectus abdominis. The one that we did just a moment ago gets the upper portion of it. This one will get the lower portion of it. What you're doing is kind of like a jackknife. You're trying to bring your legs a little bit closer to you to kind of bump the hips off the ground and maybe even lift the hips up a little bit. We're going to try to go for 10 of those. So when you're ready, 10, try to bump it toward you and up. And 9, good. 8, use your breath. 7, exhale for the hardest part. And 6, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, good work. Last one. Beautiful. Bend the knees, send the feet on the floor. Bridge pose, hands can be on the floor by the hips. Lift the hips up high. We're gonna roll up 3, roll all the way down. Pay attention to knees being slightly squeezed together. 2, lift. Good, roll down. 1, stay. Maybe clasp hands under the back if you can reach. Squeeze shoulders a little bit closer together. Feel how this one kind of lifts that solar plexus, even lifts the heart to that kind of expanded energetic state. Good, one more breath in. And out. Good, release hands, release shoulders, roll the hips back down. Just 2 more things. Bring the knees up above the hips, bent knee shape like a 90-degree angle. We're doing just 5 times for this one. Try to keep that 90-degree angle as the toes go toward the ground. Feel how you have to keep the core tight to not get low back to lift, and then bring it back up. Good. 4, slow down and crunch in. Good. 3, and in. 2. Good. Last one. Good. When it's back above, stay in that bent knee shape. Tilt the knees partway to one side and then extend the legs straight. Bend. Go back through the center. Tilt to the other side. Extend. Good. Another 4. And 4. Good. 3. And 3. 2 more each. And last one each. Good work. When you finish the last one, both knees fall over to left. Easy twist. The arms spread open if that feels good. Feel how maybe if you could imagine seeing your energy, maybe it's a little bit more active, getting your heart pumping just a little bit for that first segment of class. Option here to straighten out the top leg, adding in some aspect of hamstring stretch. Maybe that left hand slides up the leg just to help the extension. Only if you want full cat chasing its tail, your right hand can grab the other set of toes behind your back. If that's a struggle, any parts of it, you don't have to do the full thing. Feel how you earned a couple of good calm breaths here. This cat chasing its tail is a good opportunity for us to kind of start expanding out into our boundaries. Imagine just exploring your edges. Where does the me end and the not me begin? Good. Take one more huge inhale. Soft exhale. Release, unwind, take the knees back into chest. Just a moment to rock right there in the center. Easiness for that low back area. Good. And when you're ready to take second side, the knees fall over to right. Start with just the twist, a couple of breaths. Top leg would like to extend. Let it start to find a little bit more length. That right hand that's closer can just kind of be with that leg in any way that's supportive. Maybe left hand for the other set of toes if it feels helpful. A few more breaths. Body receiving all parts of this, the quad stretch part, the hamstring stretch part, the twist part, or even just the parts that feel useful here. Another breath gets to flow in. Nice long out. When you're ready to return back into the center, one more time, let yourself hug around the knees, easy rocking. Take our way up to an upright position. So this might be rolling like a ball for some of us. It might be just pressing our way up, however we'd like to rise. When we get here, bottoms of feet can come together. Maybe just this easy forward fold. Cobbler kind of brings us into almost like a shell, like a domed shape. So this is one of those moments to tune in. How does my energy feel now? Here's spine lifts back up. Let's use the arms to explore our boundaries. If it's a little intense to hold cobbler shape, you can come to cross leg instead. But let's allow ourselves to do kind of like we're picking apples from a tree. One hand reaches up really high, and then the other. Feel how this allows those side ribs and the shoulders to start having some movement. Getting really nicely into those areas. One more each arm. Good. Back upright. Take the backs of the hands together in front of you. Circle through the shoulder socket up. And then rotate thumbs back to circle back. Arms are as close as they can be together, but it's not that close behind us. Good. Reverse. Take the backs of the hands together as soon as you can and lower forward. It's like we're slicing through anything that's not helpful. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale, exhale forward. One more round. Beautiful. Picking up the knees, extend the legs forward. We'll take just a moment to be in a fish pose. So scoot your glutes over to get your hands seated right on, or your glutes seated right on your hands. Try to softly lower down the elbows. Lift the heart up. And then continue perhaps to rock front of head to the mat. Feel that heart energy expansive. huge inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Free out a hand to prop you up, and then free out the other hand. From sitting, circle arms up to sky. Huge inhale. Exhale, tilt forward, forward, fold. Sometimes it's nice to rock through the head just a little bit here, getting some of that neck tension out. Next inhale. Exhale. Maybe lift up. Swing the legs underneath us. When we're kneeling, just do 3 or so rounds of our cat. Don't feel like you have to rush your way through it. Just move at the speed of your breath. Testing the boundaries of our spine. Interesting how our spine kind of naturally tends to not move, how we naturally treat it. So in this regard, having that healthy boundary is actually returning to movement. Beautiful. So as we come back to neutral after those 3, let's allow our right knee to lift up to the side. We're going to take 1 huge circle to each direction, exploring the boundary as far as we can. So huge knee circle 1 and reverse. Good. And then hike the hip up. We're going to extend the leg, kicking it through the side toward the shoulder. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1. Good. Unhike the hip, but leave the foot behind you. See if left hand can either balance floating off to left or maybe grab the toes behind your back. If you grab it, try to explore that boundary behind you, lifting the hand and the foot up as high as you can. Beautiful. Huge inhale. Exhale, soft release. The side goes down. Take that cat and the cow, making sure spine gets reset. Up and down. Good. And we're neutral. Left knee, huge circle, 1 to each direction. So first and reverse. Good. Hike the hip up. And then kick through the side as high as you can. 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower hip, but keep the foot behind you. Right hand either floats balance or right hand to the toes behind. And then find the lift. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Release. A cat and a cow. Beautiful. Neutral spine, right hand reaches up to sky. Feel that boundary as high up as you can reach above. And then thread that right shoulder all the way down to ground. We're going to try to play perhaps with a balance of the left leg. But if that's not where you want to go today, left hand could either just stretch forward or wind around the low back. Leaving it in front of face helps with the balance. So option 1, if you're moving toward balance, would be left toes slide to back of mat, toes still in contact with ground. Option 2 would be that left foot lifts any amount, trying to find that boundary above and behind us. It does. you can roll out, so it's okay to not, and it's okay to keep the hand in front of you. No stress either way. Good. If you lifted, start to return toes, and then return knee. Return hand in front of face, press into it to rise. Spine taking a cat and a cow. Good. Neutral, left hand floats. Feel that boundary and thread it through. Maybe right hand stays for the balance. Maybe you choose another spot. Right toes slide to back of mat if you want to. Maybe right foot lifts directly up. Your choice. Good work, guys. You're doing awesome. 2 more breaths. Good. If it lifted, toes return down, knee returns down, hand returns in front of face, press into hand, another cat. Good. Our spine feels ready for a down dog. Spread the fingers out, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Feel some length through the legs as we pedal out. You get to choose when to make your way up to top of mat. No rush, but forward fold when you're ready. Nice inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, let's rise. Hands down to heart. Beautiful. With our right leg, imagine we've got a fence off to this right side. It could be 2 inches, it could be 2 feet. It's up to you. But imagine you're trying to avoid touching that fence. I'm heading just 2 times. So once going back and then forward, and then pausing back in the warrior 3 with the right leg. So try to bring the right leg up, extend it as high up as you can in front. Feel free to hike your hip up a little bit as you try to lift it over the fence through the side, back toward warrior 3. And then try to go back over the fence. Good work. This time stay back, warrior 3. Hold the balance for just a breath. Huge inhale. Feel the boundaries in any direction. Exhale, soft land to warrior 1. Take the hands to touch. And then place the thumbs behind the back of the head, filling that boundary behind us. Even lean the head backwards. This opens up the pecs and the chest just a little. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms straighten up. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 times back and forth to extended side angle, leaning forward. Top arm stretches. And then reverse it. So right hand to the back leg, left hand up and over. Explore this whole range of boundaries. 1 more time forward. 1 more time backward. Back to warrior 2. Straighten front leg. Triangle. Reach the left hand forward. Left hand lands to shin or block. Right hand tries to stack directly up. A huge inhale. Exhale, either stay in triangle or option to play with exploring your boundaries in a half moon pose. So usually for half moon, I rise up, I might shorten my stance just a little bit. Then I cartwheel left hand, not directly in front of my foot, but to the outside angle. The left hand down, explore the boundaries of that right arm and right leg reach. Good work, good balance. Beautiful, take one more breath in. Out, and just land in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Let the spine relax, let the neck release. It doesn't have to hold itself so tightly. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands down to heart. Let's try out that second side. So standing on right, we've got our white picket fence off to the left. A little bit of extension with the left leg forward. Feel free to hike up the hip going through side. And back, we're trying to square the hip back down behind us, warrior three. And try to not touch ground if possible, going forward. Good. This time stay going back. Warrior three. Feel yourself expanding into your boundaries. Huge inhale. Exhale, soft landing, warrior one, arms float up. Hands touch together. Thumbs at the back of the head. And lean the head backwards, getting that boundary back there. The whole front of chest open. So fingers extend back up. And open up warrior two. Let's take the 2 cycles. Extended side angle, leans forward. Reverse, lean backward. Extended side angle. One more reverse. Back up to warrior two, then we straighten front leg. Reach right hand forward. Drop hand to shin or block. Left hand directly stacking up. Boundaries reaching up high above us. Stay maybe a little longer, triangle, or if you'd like to play with that half moon, rise up for a moment, maybe shorten stance, and cartwheel the right hand. Remember, it doesn't go in front, it goes slightly to the outside angle. That helps balance tremendously because it sets up a triangle shape underneath us. Shoulder, that left arm, left leg, or reaching upward to their biggest boundary. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, release into forward fold. All the effort of the muscles of back relaxed down. Effort of the neck relaxed down. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, half lift. Exhale, fingers get their way to the floor, even if you have to bend knees. Slide the feet back, trail close down dog or flow, your choice. So let's lift right leg directly back behind us. Just twice shift that right knee to the nose. Feel it coming in like a plank. And then back up, three-legged dog. So one more of those, knee to nose. Reach. As you reach it up, hike the hip. Imagine those toes are trying to explore the boundary behind you. So how far can you reach those toes backwards? One more inhale there. And exhale as you start to unwind the hip from that open shape. Step right foot to outside of right hand. Lizard pose. So the back knee is welcome to drop to floor if you like. You can be on hands. You can drop elbow to block or elbow to floor. However you'd like to play with lizard today. We're almost done with the warming stuff, by the way, so you're doing awesome. Okay, start to plant the hands back underneath us. We'll work through a couple of variations of side plank. You can stay in the first one. That's going to be easiest. The further I progress, the harder side plank it is. But start lifting up the back knee. The first variation is turning the right toes to the right. Rock to the outside edge of the back foot. And maybe right hand rises. So open, get there you go. Second variation, slide right foot to stack. Third variation, wild thing, right foot behind us, heart lift. So your choice. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. And then let's bring the right hand to floor. Take a moment with a child pose. A couple of good breaths. Imagine you could tune into your aura at this point. How big or small or what color, what quality does it have at this point? Just notice. Beautiful. You're ready for that second side. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left foot will start to rise. Knee to nose. 2. And 1. Hike the hip open. Explore the boundary behind you. And unwind, step left foot to outside of left hand. Any variation of lizard. You can be on the back knee, you can be on elbows, anything that feels good. One more breath here. Good inhale. Exhale. Back up to hands. This is that crazy side plank variation option. So try to lift up the back knee if you can. Option 1, just leave this left foot where it is, turning the toes to the left. Rocking the outside edge of the right foot. Left hand rises. Maybe foot stacks. Maybe wild thing, your foot behind. Good, just 2 breaths. Good work, unwind. Once again, take a child pose. Good. That was essentially the big stuff. So you guys did awesome. Let the breath return. Let's feel how it is to explore the boundaries as we walk our hands off the right side of the mat. Feel how that allows those left ribs, left shoulder to stretch just a little bit more. Let's start to work our hands off the other side. Let's return back onto center of mat. Feel how after our breath has been caught now, feel how that aura feels a little bit more manageable. Maybe it's almost like a glow around our body. One more huge, slow breath goes in, out. Gently come up to kneeling. From kneeling, let's take a cat and a cow. So the boundaries of the spine still open. Good. We're gonna work our right foot forward. You can either do that from a down dog shape or just step right foot forward, your choice. Good. So scoot the toes far enough forward that when you sink the hips forward, knee doesn't go past toes. Once we're there, walk hands up to the thigh and let the hips sink forward. Anchor the left hand on that right knee. Right hand is going to work through its shoulder just 2 times. So circle up, reach back, and return. One more. Rainbow up, back, and return. Beautiful. Both hands up to sky. Take the hands to touch, thumbs to back of head. Lean back just a little bit. Good. Fingers to floor, straighten the front leg. If you need to scoot the heel forward a little bit for half split, that's okay. Progress this from half split to pyramid. So get the foot back to a spot where it can be flat on the ground in front of you. Tuck the back toes. As you lift the back knee up, you're trying to get to a spot where you've got 2 straight legs, both heels on the floor, and try to not hike the left hip up. Try to keep it more or less squaring downward. Good. You're welcome to walk hands up to just balance on shin. That can be the most useful spot. You can be on blocks or floor. These poses when we're more forward folded, kind of like this, is this opportunity to really tune in and almost like purify, modify our energy. Like, what energy am I allowing in my own boundary, in my own space? Is that the energy I want? Be conscious. Good. So this transition will take us to kind of a cross-leg seated place. I personally like to start off by bringing my weight onto my front foot, so kind of balance as the hands walk forward. And it's just enough that I could softly set the left knee to the outside of my right foot. And then I walk my hands backwards to sit. Good. You need to have block or whatever to sit on, that's fine. But we should have this right thigh crossed over. So let's take a twist with that. Left hand grabs the knee. Right hand is behind us. You could even circle that right hand around your low back, trying to aim the fingers to the hip crease. Think of the spine trying to lift up. And then exhale, spiral around. As we return back forward, leave the left leg on the floor, just resting as it is. The right leg swings all the way around. We'll pick our hips up to bring it into pigeon. You could be in king pigeon. You could be mermaid, playing with the back toes. You could be in sleeping pigeon, going to elbows. Whatever variation feels really good today. Even playing back and forth between different options. Again, tune into your aura. Imagine maybe we did have that craziness, even during certain sections of class today, or the craziness as we came in, kind of more of that chaos going on within. And imagine we got to pull it in, we got to purify and energize it. So now we just get to be with it. This is you. This is your energy. This is that potential you have to do amazing things this year, to shape our life in really cool ways. So take 2 more breaths right here. Let's bring hands underneath us for the second side. Either come back to down dog or back to kneeling. We're doing wiggles either way to help loosen up any tightness in the hips. Good. Keep on wiggling as long as you need. Eventually, left foot steps forward, whether from kneeling or from down dog. We get that foot in front of us. With left foot in front, make sure that you've scooted the toes far enough forward that you can not let the knee go past toes as you sink forward. Bring hands up to thigh. Anchor the right hand. Left hand works through the shoulder up, the rainbow back. And reverse. One more. As it returns, keep the hips still sinking forward, both hands circle up. Touch the hands, the palms together, thumbs to back of head, and arch the heart forward as the head leans back into the hands. Inhale. Exhale, release, half split. Make sure the heel's far enough forward that you feel the leg able to straighten. Get that front foot to a spot where it can be on the floor. Preparing for the shift toward pyramid. So tuck the back toes, lift the knee, slide the foot into plant, and try to keep hips squaring down as we've got two straight legs lengthening for us. Absolutely welcome to walk hands up shin. Get just a little bit more manageable if you're really tight at this point. Do that little transition toward the twist. So I like to first take my weight onto my front foot, balancing the back leg up just a little bit. As I bend the right knee, try to softly settle right knee next to the outside of left foot. So it should have left leg crossed over, softly lower glutes to floor. Good, right hand grabs the knee. Left hand is behind us, lengthen spine up with inhales. Exhale, spiral, maybe left hand kind of inching its way toward the hip crease behind us. Almost like a little bind prep. Another huge inhale. Exhale, return forward. Leave the right leg. Left leg gets to swing all the way behind to the pigeon. And you get to play. King pigeon, mermaid, sleeping pigeon. What's going to work today? Nice inhale. Long, long exhale. Start to head out toward recovery pose. Maybe one last down dog, maybe kneeling with some hip shifting. Whatever's gonna work. Whenever that feels happy and complete in our body, come down to a seated place. No rush if you're moving, wiggling, that's fine. From seated, take your way down onto your back, laying all the way on the floor. Plant the feet close to glutes. So this will be one last opportunity to kind of shine that heart energy forward. So either take one last bridge pose like we did earlier, maybe trying to clasp hand under the back, or if anybody wants to take full wheel pose, you can plant the hands close to the shoulders and press your way all the way up. So either way, lift the hips, lift the heart. You get to choose how long to be here. Maybe 2 good breaths, 3 good breaths. No pressure, no rush. When you're ready to come back down, feel free to take it into happy baby. So hips are relaxing on the floor, knees go wide, grab the feet. rocking or stillness, whatever feels good. From here, if there's any last poses you'd like, you can explore them. This could be a twist. It could be figure 4 hip stretch. It could be plow pose. This is basically our transition toward Shavasana. So any things that feel helpful for your body, still take them. Exploring as long as you need for the body to ultimately become very comfortable. Still no rush to get there if you're still wiggling. Some of us are starting to settle and relax down. So before you completely release, think of that aura, the image that we started with. If any of that craziness is extending feet and feet outside of yourself, maybe take a moment to bring it back in within an inch or two of your body. Imagine how the glow that it has is more concentrated because you're not spreading yourself out so thin. Imagine maybe a breath or two to kind of feed a little bit more glow to it. And then almost like just the beautiful energy of an aurora borealis, imagine getting to just be with your own energy, this beautiful energy surrounding us as we're breathing and relaxing here for the next couple of minutes in Shavasana. Doesn't take much, just easy breath cycles in and out, an observant mind, maybe even a little imagination. Here, begin to deepen our inhales. Deepen our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out in ways that feel really good. If you'd like to take a fetal position, you're welcome to roll over to one side. A few bonus breaths. Calm and easy does it. Eventually coming up to a comfortable seated place when you feel ready. As we take hands in front of heart here, we feel a little bit more in charge of our own energy field. We feel like we don't have to take on so many other people's energies. We don't have to let them steal our own energy. We can have this healthy boundary. I'm solid and firm in who I am, what I stand for at this moment, what I'd like to do with this energy that I have. And with this, we have so much potential energy to continue to lead us on powerfully through this year. And so, with this beautiful, cleansed, tightened aura to lead us on, let's wrap up the time that we got to share together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.